Hey guys, welcome to this next session where we talk about sequences, flows, and rules. These terms are used very commonly among all chatbot platforms, whether it's MobileMonkey, ManyChat, ChatFuel, Landbot, Selfabots. This is used across various platforms, but maybe in a different context sometimes. But overall, the essence of all these terms is the same. You need to be very well versed and very clear about what each of these things mean, because each of these things contribute to a great extent to executing a perfect chatbot. I will also talk to you about I'll talk to you about these steps and the concepts with an example, and I will also tell you what happens when these things don't fall in place and things and pitfalls that you could avoid to run into potential situations. Sequences versus flows versus rules. Let's start with rules first. Rules are very, very basic conditions that you would want your bot to execute at any stage. For example, if a customer has visited your website and if he's only interested in fiction books, right? And you need to have a plan to filter this guy out and send him only to the fiction books category on your website. Right? Now, how do you filter out if this guy is interested in fiction? Using something called as a rule. Now, when you set this rule up, when you set up this condition that this user should pass through this rule, only then can he go ahead and start visiting this page. Those are called as rules. Rules could be text-based, number-based, question-based, category-based. You can filter these things out based upon any categories. A rule is probably one of the most efficient filters that you can ever think of while setting up a chatbot. At this point in time, understand a rule is some sort of a filter that helps users navigate through the right series of pages or stages of your website. All right, then you have sequences and flows. A flow, ladies and gentlemen, if you start looking at your screen, I have mentioned something called flow here. A flow is nothing but the whole series of activities involved in your chatbot. Now, the point in time where a visitor is visiting your chatbot, for example, a user is visiting your website and he interacts with your chatbot at a stage called A. Now, based upon the methodology you have set up, based upon the questions he answers, and based upon the interactions he has with your chatbot, he will keep progressing ahead. The flow here is very simple. You have a customer called A, then you take his email ID, for example, and then you send him to a stage B, where he would be answering a few questions based upon the rule that you set here. Now, based upon this rule and the response he has given, you can either send him to a stage called C, or you can send him to a stage called E. If he or she has gone to the stage C, the next flow would take him to a stage called D, which eventually progresses to something called as S, which is the stop. This is where your bot ends conversing with the user. If things go wrong here and your bot is not actually capturing what he's exactly looking at, you can send him to a human associate. So the whole sequence, the whole set of events from A to S is called as the flow. Please remember, a chatbot can have multiple flows. There is no limit on the number of flows a chatbot can have. Your chatbot can have many flows, right? All right. Now pay close attention to what you see here at this stage called B. At this stage called B, after you have collected the email ID, you have subscribed this guy to a sequence of events, right? Now, these sequence of events could be drip emails. You can send him an email here on day 1, and after 2 to 3 days, you can send an email to him here, which is the second email. And after a week, or based upon the response he sends, you can customize that flow, and you can send him a message on chatbot, or a broadcast, or an email, or a product download through a PDF on, let's say, day 5, right? This sequence is a part of the flow, right? Now, flow is nothing but your entire chatbot itself. Your chatbot can have multiple flows. One flow can have multiple sequences. Each of these stages can have multiple rules, right? Now, typically, if you want to understand this, rules exist as a part of sequences, and sequences are a part of your flow, right? You have a flow, then you have a sequence, and then you can have rules at each stage. Agreed. And ultimately, remember, you can have multiple flows, you can have multiple sequences, and you can have multiple rules. So let me just make a note of this here, which means that you can have multiple flows. Depending upon how complex or simple your chatbot is, you can have different sequences. You can also have different rules. There is one more important thing that you need to remember. Actually, two. They're called as triggers, and then you have something called as tags. Right? Now, trigger can be simply understood as when do you want the chatbot to be triggered. When a person visits a website, it's called as a trigger. When somebody clicks on a button as a part of interacting with your chatbot, it's a trigger. When somebody selects yes or no options that your chatbot is providing them, it's a trigger. Now, all these things are triggered. You can customize your trigger based upon the flow that you would want to execute. Assume that you have collected email ID and phone number of all the visitors who have encountered your chat, who have come into close encounters with your chatbot. I have interacted with your chatbot. I have given my email ID and phone number. Now, all this data has to be stored somewhere for using it later or for some analytical purposes in future. That can be stored in tags. You can save my email ID under something called as email ID tag. You can add my phone number or save. This is only internal. This is only for your purpose. You can have phone number also added as a tag. The simple use of these tags is to use them again repeatedly. If you want to use it again for your marketing purposes, for your email purposes, for analysis purposes, you can go ahead and refer to these tags looking at. All right, so what did we learn here? We have learned what is a flow. We have learned what is a sequence. We have learned what is a trigger. We have learned what is a tag. We have learned what is a rule. That's pretty much about it. If you have any questions about these things, please do not hesitate to email me or comment below, and I will answer you. I will answer these questions in detail and take you through the steps needed. Thank you so much. See you in the other session while we talk about something really interesting. Cheers, guys.